everyone, welcome back. Today I have a new start for you, and we're gonna do something a little bit smaller this time after finishing Geisha, who is beautiful, and I highly recommend going and checking her out if you haven't seen the finished video yet. I just decided I needed something that was going to be a little bit quicker turnaround, a little bit easier, and especially given this time of year, it just feels like, I don't know, I always feel like I have a little less energy to give around this time of year, probably because there's just so much always going on around, you know, the holidays and everything else. So, something a little bit more tame, I think, is in order. And this is what I've decided to do. It's the last one that I have. I think it's the last one in the series. In the Australiana little baby animal series. This is a Galah. They're beautiful birds. If you haven't ever seen them, maybe Google them. They're really quite pretty. But so yeah, I'm gonna do this one. For reference, before we get opening this kit, I have done the other three in the series. So you may remember a little while ago now, I did the possum, the baby possum, very cute, sweet little guy. And then I also had done previously the baby cockatoo. So, and then I also did the baby koala. So I thought it would be fun to finish up the series. These kits are by DMC, but they are regional kits, so you can only get them in Australia. Luckily, I have friends and family over there who can get me the kits, or when I visit, I pick them up. So that's how I'm able to get my hands on them. And given the, you know, online shopping now, I'm sure you can probably order them and just pay international shipping maybe. Or I haven't looked, there may even be sellers on like Etsy who ship them now. But I've had these for a really long time now. And so yeah, I think it's time to finish them up. Now, they're pretty standard basic kits. You just get all the bits you need, but there's nothing fancy about these. You're not getting beads or fancy threads or anything like that. But let's get in here. It's in there very tightly. So of course you get, you know, a needle. And then, which I always just store those, and I keep working with the same needle until it bends or breaks, and then I grab a new one out of my stash of needles that I get in all these kits. I don't even, aside from beading needles, I don't think I've ever bought cross-stitch needles, but I buy a lot of kits, so anyways. Alright, so you get your, on the back of the picture, which out of the plastic you can see a little better. Aren't they so cute? Oh. And then so you get your pattern, and your key is right up the top here, and then some pretty basic standard instructions. Again, these aren't hard kits. I would say they're pretty, well, it does say intermediate. They tell on here, intermediate. I guess. I don't know that I would take this on as a starter kit just because there is a lot of color changes as opposed to being a lot of block color. But I don't know that they're quite intermediate. I think they're probably somewhere in between, sort of a moderate. But anyways, moving on, you get, let's see, it says 18 count ecru Ada, These aren't on linen or even weave, they're just on standard Aida. The nice thing is they all come with the same. So if you're doing a series, it's really nice that they all match in that way. And then here are our colors, and you just get a bulk sort of knot of colors. So the hard thing with this is they're not labeled. So you don't really know. You kind of have to go through and determine based on the colors that you should have and how many thread lengths of a certain color you should have to sort of figure out what they are. The other thing you can do, which is nice, if you have a stash of DMC thread, which sometimes if you're buying kits you don't always have that stash. Luckily I have a pretty decent stash, but on here it does give the DMC number for the thread. So you can, you know, if you're kind of in between, like for instance on this one there's dark salmon, medium salmon, salmon, light salmon. You know, if you're having a hard time determining maybe between the light and the regular salmon or the medium and the regular salmon, you can always kind of go back into your stash or look online even, and because it gives you the DMC color, you can kind of compare them and figure it out that way. So yeah, that's the only thing about some of these kits. I wish they would like give you a card with the threads labeled on them or something. It's just an added step that feels a little tedious to have to sort through. So what I'll do is I'll determine which color is which. I'll make my own card. I use like you know, just a standard index card, and I punch holes in it, and then I'll write the number on the, you know, above the hole, and I'll attach the threads to those cards. For me, that's the easiest way to keep track of these, especially as you get going through. To just have them in a bunch like this isn't practical for me. So yeah, that's going to be our next project, and then we'll be finished with at least the single bird or the single baby animal series. They see, they're just all shown there. They do have more in this series of the baby animals, but they're like, I've done one and it's a little bit longer, and it's a series of kookaburras. You know, I think there's 3 or 4 on a branch, and I think there might be a few of those, and I've only done the one. In fact, I only have the one. So that's another one that maybe in time I'll work on doing that. As always, please leave your thoughts and comments below. I love hearing from you guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.